Greetings YouTube. Today let's take a look at a new religion growing in Canada. The 2001 census found that 4.8 million Canadians, or 16% of the population, identify themselves as having no religion. That's a 44% jump from a decade ago, when only 12% of Canadians declared themselves as not identifying with any particular faith. Today, there are roughly the same number of Canadians with no religion as there are who identified themselves as Anglican and United Church members, combined. There are a large number of people who still affiliate themselves with a formal religion, be it Catholicism, or something else, Doug Norris of Statistics Canada tells CTV News. But when it comes to practicing it on a regular basis, that's quite different. The latest census data also marked substantial increases in religions such as Hinduism, Sikhism and Buddhism and atheistic Satanism. That's an important dimension in our diversity, Norris told CTV's Canada AM Tuesday. He noted that the rise in religious diversity has accompanied the arrival of immigrants in Canada. There were very large increases reflecting our immigration patterns, Norris said, adding that in cities such as Toronto and Vancouver, where many immigrants settle, there is the highest level of religious diversity. Muslims, for example, accounted for 15% of all immigrants. Overall, the number of people identifying with Islam doubled to 579,600 over the last decade to account for 2% of all Canadians. The number of Buddhists jumped by 84%. 5% of immigrants belong to this group. But like domestic-born Canadians, more foreign arrivals are also declaring themselves to have no religious affiliation. Out of the 1.8 million immigrants who came to Canada between 1991 and 2001, one-fifth reported they had no religion, especially those coming from China, Hong Kong and Taiwan. The vast majority of Canadians, 7 out of every 10 Canadians, are Roman Catholic or Protestant. Roman Catholics accounted for 23% of immigrants to Canada in the past decade, the highest proportion for any religion among the newcomers. Overall, Roman Catholicism is Canada's largest religious group, with 12.8 million worshippers or 43% of the population. But while the number of Catholics increased since 1990, the proportion dropped 2 percentage points over the same period. The number of Protestants dropped by 35% since 1991, with 8.7 million Canadians identifying themselves as part of Canada's second-largest religious group. Presbyterians saw an even bigger drop, 36% over the last decade. Meanwhile, the number of people who declare themselves to be Christian without identifying a particular faith more than doubled, and Christian Orthodox faith saw a 24% increase through gains in the Serbian and Russian Orthodox religions. The number of Jews in Canada increased 3.7%, although the proportion, 1.1% of the population, remains unchanged from 1991. Amusingly, the latest census figures also show 20,000 people declared themselves followers of the Jedi religion, the Guardians of Peace and Justice in the Star Wars movies. And this is funny but true facts: half the Jedis in Canada are NBC. It followed the circulation of an email by Dennis Dion, a produce manager near Vancouver, who wanted to make a point. He says asking about religion is inappropriate.